Well, the women in tech community, I just really didn't exist as the tech council, as we called it back then, didn't have anything that really focused on women in tech. So when Paula and Lynn and Deb, we were all at the table, and it was Kim Mahan that actually got back from the Grace Hopper conference, the National Women in Tech Conference, and said, we need to bring this to Richmond.
I had a really good friend, Paula Gulak, who had been very active in the technology community in Richmond. She started her own business. So she and I were talking one day and said, you know, it's hard to be a woman in the technology business.
Many of us had been in our careers for quite some point at that time, and we were always challenged with trying to be equal. So this gave us an opportunity to ask those questions, challenge each other, and to educate the community on how women actually approach things from a technology perspective.
So back when we first started, there just weren't a lot of women in tech at that time. We were very much a minority. Most of us worked in a highly male-dominated IT work environment. And so a lot of us wanted to get together to say, hey, how can we work together to promote more women in technology and help them in their careers?
Well, as a recruiter, I was talking to women on a regular basis, really smart women that were doing great things, but yet there was no real place for them to showcase what they were doing. Many of us were the only woman in our organization or our department. We didn't have a support group, other women to talk to. And so I wanted a place where we could all come together to support one another, to mentor, and to learn and grow from one another. And that gave us that opportunity.
So if you think about the time around 2012, we were seeing big transformations in technology and business model. A bunch of us wanted to bring those bold ideas and expose our community to some of those ideas.
So it's been great over the past 10 years to watch the conference evolve. As each conference chair takes over, they put their own mark on it, and in terms of the speaker selection and just watching the attendance rise, the caliber of the speakers that we're bringing to town continues to expand, and then really seeing it pivot to the drive where we're at now. It feels like we've almost come full circle.
I think the WIT community has become very strong, and it's a forum that's a benchmark for the rest of the forum. We've mentored, we've coached younger people in their careers.
Well, first of all, I think by highlighting women and getting them on the stage, more people were able to see what they were doing, and this led to a lot more opportunities. Also, being around other women, hearing and sharing their stories, seeing other executives, it gave confidence to women to go after those leadership roles and to really thrive in them.
So the very fact that the conference has lasted 10 years and continues to generate so much interest tells me that the value proposition is still very, very relevant.
Things are definitely different. Things have improved quite a bit. So you see a lot more women in technology. There's a lot of different roles in technology that they didn't have back then. And I think it's really exciting at that point. And we had a lot of conversation about, do we include men? And of course we have. And so just by the fact that you have changed the conference name from Women ETC, which was Entrepreneurship, Technology, Careers, focused on women, we've now changed the conference name to Drive. That says it all. So what excites me more than anything is after 10 years, this conference is still relevant. It tells me that you've got conference leaders that are flexible enough to say, hey, how do I change the conference to mirror the IT work environment today?
I think the community has changed significantly. And I think that Rich Tech, rvatech, all of those things that we've called it along the way, has really been a catalyst for that change.
On a macro level, I'd love to see the day when we no longer need a conference to highlight women. They just naturally rise to the top in every conference for keynotes. And then we have an equal number of women executives and engineers throughout all their careers.
Stay hungry and stay foolish. Stay hungry, I think that's where we need to go. We need to continue to be hungry for education, continue to be hungry for technology and how we can actually change and drive the Richmond community. Maybe the foolishness is our innovation, staying out front, but also being creative. Maybe we substitute creative. But I think that's where we need to go. How can we change this community for those that are coming behind us?
Now it's a fun conference that I love to attend.
I'm Sonali Shetty, and I'm a woman in tech.
I'm Lori Jennings, and I'm a woman in tech.
I'm Eileen Morissette, and I'm a woman in tech.
I'm Deb Cassidy, and I'm a woman in tech.
I am Kim Mahan, and I'm a woman in tech.
I'm Mary Lynn Steig, and I'm a woman in tech.
I'm Lynn McDermott, and I'm proud to be a woman in tech.